Hi friends, it's Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner. It is Sunday, October 20th, I think. And I am here to start off the vlog. It's about 3 p.m. I did sleep until about 2. If you've been following along, you know I have insomnia. It's very hard for me to get to sleep. Most times I am on a prescription sleep aid to help me sleep, but it doesn't always work. So on the weekends I tend to crash out. The previous night was for 15 hours. I think last night was about 10 hours. So I don't get good sleep during the week. So I spend a lot of the weekend sleeping. So I didn't come back and do a preview, a wrap up of what I did do yesterday, mainly because I didn't actually get much crafting done. I spent a couple of hours helping with my husband, we were both doing some tidying in the kitchen. So that was pretty productive. And then, I spent another probably hour cooking dinner. And then, I honestly don't know why I didn't get more done, as I was here in the craft room for like 5 more hours. I don't know. So what I did get done though is about 130 or 40 stitches over here. So I would like to finish this diagonal if at all possible today. And then starting in this block, we do start to get some other colors in. So then I can't just mindlessly fill these blocks in. I actually have to look at the pattern. So let's see. And then I worked on my sister's sock. So I've done 3 repeats. Focus. Are you going to focus? Okay, I've done 3 repeats of the pattern. It does not flow so easily. It is an 8 round repeat. So I'm trying to do at least 1 repeat a day, but I really need to be able to do like 2 on the weekends in order to finish this first sock by the end of the month. And I still need to, hey, no. I still need to finish my brother-in-law's, and then 1 for my husband and 1 for me. So a lot to do, not much time. Okay, let's open today's. I did untie the knot, but I haven't opened it. It's called Folk Dancing Flatwoods Monster. So I have no clue. Okay. Well, there is an extra in here. Okay, so we did get one of these previously. It is a candy, okay? I was worried that it wouldn't be, so I didn't lick it on camera. It is a candy. It was pretty good, so I'm excited to have another little candy. And then look at how fun this one is. I really cannot wait to actually work on this blanket. I think once Christmas is over, I'm going to really put some good work into this. Let's see. So my plans for today, it is our garbage night. So I'm going to go do some more cleaning. Just now, I need to edit yesterday's video, and then I need to finish some of the projects I had started for the kids. I need to do that. So those are the plans. And I will update you more as I go along. I am really hungry at the moment, so I'm going to go find some food to eat. So I'll chat with you all in a bit. Hope you're having an awesome day. Bye. Oh, a couple other small updates I meant to give you guys from yesterday. So I had been debating what book to listen to next. I did start the third Harry Potter book, and I got to the point of them being on the train and the Dementors are going to come in. So that's where I'm at on Harry Potter. I also loaded up and got maybe like 5 minutes into the third Cormoran Strike book from Robert Galbraith, J.K. Rowling. Hey, no. But then, I was enjoying it. So that's not to say I wasn't enjoying it. But then I wanted to catch up on a few, like, videos that I've fallen behind on watching on YouTube. So I watched, the latest 3 episodes from, Passionate Kelsey. And then, I think I spent some time just like falling down the real rabbit hole. So watched some reels. So yeah, I think that's what I spent yesterday doing. And I did play a little bit of the cooking iPad game that my sister got me into. Let me see. So you know how my husband bought me a new Kindle? Still hasn't come yet. During that like second week in October. So the very next week they released new editions. So that kind of sucks. Because I don't replace my Kindle very often. I mean, I had the other one for 8 years, so I don't replace it very often. So when I do, I like to have the most newest model. Some people have told me just to return it and get the other one. Maybe I will. But I don't know. I mean, it was a birthday present from him. Where is this app? Okay. So, it's called Cooking Diary. Yeah, I enjoy playing this. So, I might play a tiny bit while eating lunch. So, yeah, I'll chat with you guys later. Bye. Hey friends. Okay. I've spent the last few hours cleaning. So, unfortunately, when my husband gets home, he wants us to clean up the kitchen table, which is a mess because we just used it as a dumping ground. And then he wants us to sort through and put bands and put the coins from the book fair. And to be honest, I don't want us to do it because I have a bad attitude. Honestly, that's what it comes down to. But, so, in the meantime, he's at Walmart because Walmart supposedly has the limited edition 7-Up, which is Shirley Temple flavored. And Shirley Temple is one of my favorite drinks. And usually at Mexican restaurants, to be honest. They have the best Shirley Temple. But anyway, so, while I was cleaning, I got a few comments on my last video asking for the story of what happened with the readathon. Like, what's the drama? What's the story? So I thought, while talking about that, I would work on this big box of things that need finishing to take to school with me for the kids. So I've got well, this scrunchie has its end woven in, but I know most of them don't. I've got little tiny baby octopuses that needs eyes stuffed and then sewn up. So, oh, I forgot the stuffing over there. Okay, hang on. I'll be right back. Okay, have the big bag of stuffing. So I'll have that on my lap. I've also got like medium-sized octopuses, also need the eyes and the stuffing. So yeah, and next to me I have a container that I will just put the things in as I finish them. I'm hoping to be able to make a few more things. These little ones, I've made 2 in each of the colors that I did do. One I'm going to put the keychain on and one without. So I'm only going to sew up the ends of one because I'm not sure if I need to put the keychain in before I sew up the ends. So I'm going to, as I come across them, put all those little baby ones to one side. Okay, so with that said, let's talk about Dewey's 24-hour readathon. Oh, and I did find my preferred tapestry needle. So see how it has a little taper on the end? I really like this one. Okay, so Dewey's 24-hour readathon. This story starts back in around my junior or senior year of college. So at this point, that would be, let's see, I graduated in 2010. So let's just use 2010 as an easy, it's, hey, no. Okay, so let's say it was about 15 years ago. So, I was in college, and for probably about five or so years after college, I was really into reading. Like, that was my jam. I did that wrong. Jeez Louise. Because I was holding it the wrong way. So I was really into reading. I didn't really do a lot of crafting, but I read a ton. And I read a lot of physical books, not just listen to audiobooks. As a matter of fact, I was not into audiobooks at all at that point in time. So, I mean, I would frequently check out like 20 books from the library at a time, and I'd just read them. Like, that was my relaxation. And so, around my junior or senior year, I even had a book blog, Kate's Book Nook, I think. The website's still up, and every once in a while I toy with the idea of getting back into it, but that's a bit removed. I'll see if I can find it and link it to you guys. But anyways, so I discovered this event called Dewey's 24-hour readathon. And it's essentially 2 times a year, and you read for 24 hours, and then there's participation activities and all that kind of stuff, like challenges, just all the kinds of stuff that, I mean, you guys know I'm into. Like I do cross stitch and crafting challenges. That's the kind of thing I've always been into. It always motivates me a lot. So, so yeah, I found this and I joined. And the first couple, I just participated as a participant. I didn't volunteer or anything like that. But soon after, I started to volunteer to be what was called a co-host. So that is a person that takes the responsibilities of the website and does them during the final, well, not during the final, during your scheduled time. And being a night owl, I always volunteered for the closing shift, the middle of the night. Hardly anyone is actually still up and participating. And so I really was the main lead of the final 4 or 5, sometimes 6 hours of the readathon. And I did this for so long that, like, the hosts just started to just put it all into that part into my hands. They didn't have to worry about if I knew what I was doing or anything like that. They knew I could take care of it. because I had done it for years. And I was so involved that I set up the Facebook group for it. I set up the Goodreads group for that, and I was in charge of those as well. So I was highly, highly invested and involved in this thing. And like thousands of people across the world would participate. And I was really, really proud of my involvement, right? And so, I don't remember what year it was, but the hosts had decided they were just going to shut it down and not do it anymore. It was a lot of work, and they had a lot going on in their personal lives, and they just decided the last one would be the last one. So I contacted them and I said, hey, I'm willing to take over the 24-hour readathon, so to keep it going, because like I said, it was such a huge part of my life. And they said yes. And so I and my friend Gabby, who had been doing the Goodreads group with me, and she also had started to create bingo boards for every readathon. And so Gabby and I did a bunch of that kind of stuff, and that's part of why they said that I could take it over. And I had considered at least one of the hosts to be a friend. She sent me Christmas cards. I never do Christmas cards, but she would send a Christmas card. We were Facebook friends. We knew what was going on in each other's lives, right? So here comes the April readathon, and Gabby and I were doing the first one, and we're so excited, and it was going pretty good. Then we were so somewhere along the way, they had started to do a reverse readathon that would happen in July or August. And instead of it would start 12 hours different. And that would give the people in Australia or Asia who were participating a chance to start in the morning instead of the evening and that type of thing, right? So Gabby and I were pre-planning that, and you always announce that at the very end of the readathon. So we were preparing for it before we even had hosted that readathon, picked the dates, and we realized that the date was on July 31st, which is Harry Potter's birthday. So maybe you can guess where this story is going. This is like 4 or 5 years ago. If you're trying to remember what's going on in the world 4 or 5 years ago. So, sorry. It's not a happy story, so it's hard. Gabby and I had decided that because it fell on Harry Potter's birthday, we were going to do a Harry Potter themed readathon. And I mean, if you guys have followed around here long enough to know, you guys know I love Harry Potter. And let's just get into a little bit. Let's get real for a minute and let me explain my love of Harry Potter. When I was 13. When I was 13, I was sexually assaulted by another missionary kid. I grew up in West Africa, and I was sexually assaulted by another missionary kid. He was much older than me. He was 21 at the time, and I was 13. It was 2 weeks before my 14th birthday. And this was a guy who had inappropriately touched me prior to years. Yeah, that's just what I'm going to say on that. And I entered a pretty dark place, to be honest. Add on to that, so that was in July of the summer between my 8th and 9th grade year in school. And the following September, a civil war broke out in the country we were living in, and we had to evacuate. We ended up evacuating 2 times that year. Anyways, so pretty rough time for me in my life. Well, what does that have to do with Harry Potter? At that time, I found a Harry Potter online school that was just like make-believe and fun. And you got sorted into houses, and I was in Slytherin. And I had made a couple close girlfriends, and I was able to talk to them about anything and everything. And especially about what had happened to me. And I was under some pretty severe depression at the time, as you might expect. My head was in some pretty dark places. I don't know per se that I was necessarily suicidal. But let's just say for writing assignments for school, I wrote about suicide a lot. And my friendship and relationship with those girls at that time, I'm convinced saved my life. They understood me in a way that no one else at the time understood. They listened. If I disappeared for too long, they'd contact me, let me know they were thinking about me, that I was worthwhile, all those kind of things. And so because of that, I really believe Harry Potter saved my life. I mean, you might think that that's dramatic, but I was not a happy kid at the time. Still have massive trust issues thanks to what happened. But yeah, I mean, it's what happened. It's what happened in my life. That made me love Harry Potter so much. And so at that time was when J.K. Rowling was coming under some scrutiny. I mean, I know she still is, but this is when it all started. And to be honest, at that time, I was into the craft world and not the book world. So even though I was hosting this, I wasn't following along with the book gossip like I had used to. So I honestly didn't know anything about what she was saying. And I did not know how upset the thought of a Harry Potter themed reading challenge, I mean, reverse readathon would be. And like we explained to people that it wasn't that they had to read Harry Potter. It's just it was going to be the theme of some of the challenges, and we were pretty excited about it, Gabby and I, because she also loves Harry Potter. As soon as we announced that was going to be the theme, we hit all kinds of backlash. We were called homophobic, transphobic. We were essentially canceled. Gabby, who had just had a baby and just moved for work, was really worried about getting doxxed because people were really into doxing at that time, calling up employers, getting people fired. I mean, it was at I think it was like 2020 maybe, 2021. I mean, we're talking about the summer of love and all those other kinds of things. So we were forced to apologize, and we were also kind of forced to quit. And so this thing that I loved and had been a part of for over a decade, had really, oh my gosh, this is just shredding. I'm not even sure I have enough to finish it. Oh, jeez Louise. Yeah, we were really just forced to give it up So I quit the Facebook group that I had created. Had well over 1,000 people in it. And quit the event. And none of it was good enough. None of our apologies were good enough. None of our explanations, when we said we didn't know what was happening, people didn't believe us, because again, this is before J.K. Rowling was coming out as much as she is now. I mean, it was a lot, and it was really hurtful. It was really tough, and my depression got worse. Since then, at that time, I was reading about 100 books a year. I've barely broken 50 a year since then, if even. This year I'm at 23 last I checked. So my reading, I fell out of love with reading at that time, because it was so hard to have been attacked so much by a community that at the time I loved a lot, and to have them turn on me, not believe me or accept me or just try to cancel me, was very, very hard. Yeah, it was all very difficult. And yeah, so that's the story time of what happened with the Dewey's 24-hour readathon. Is Gabby and I had a fun idea, and people hated us for it. So here's this little guy. I'm sure that wasn't a great explanation, because it is still a very difficult thing for me to talk about and to wrap my head around, because it was a community that I really, really loved, and I thought I belonged in. Oh, and then the previous hosts that I thought were my friends, they ended up bad talking me. They didn't give me a chance to have my explanation or explain what things from my angle. And then the little bit that I was able to talk to them about, they twisted my words and sent it out to the whole reading community. And as someone who already has trust issues, that really just hurt a lot. And so, yeah, for me, it's really hard every April and August when I know that the readathon usually goes on, because I'm not a part of that community anymore, and it was one that I really treasured and I really loved. And I mean, it hurts when you feel betrayed by someone that you thought you trusted. Unfortunately, Gabby and I haven't talked in years. I think we both just wanted to put this part of our lives behind us and not think about it, because we were both really hurt by what had happened. We'd both given so much of our own personal time and energy into this thing. And yeah. So, yeah, that's the story. That's the story time. Sorry, that was really long. I am going to stop recording now and try to finish stuffing as many of these octopuses as I can. I need to take a picture of them tomorrow before any kids get a hold of them, so that I can submit them for some classes. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye. Hey, friends. Let me move that. Okay. Hey, friends. It is about 12:30 a.m. right now. I need to go to bed, but so I haven't done more crafting. This is the meager amount in my little bin, so I'm not even going to bother taking that to school. I'll just tell the kids I forgot. But anyways, so I am going to, I spent the rest of the evening, I made some cookies. This is pumpkin chocolate chip oatmeal. I got, it's a mix from Trader Joe's that I got. So they're small cookies, so I proportioned them out 3 in a bag, and I plan to not eat all 3 at the same time, just to spread them out, but I have like 6 days worth, or 7. Anyways, so, and then I did some cleaning. Yeah, that's about where we're at. I do want to edit today's vlog before going to bed. I took a shower, so my hair is still in the drying process. It is mainly dry, but I like for it to be all the way dry before I go to sleep. So I thought I would edit the video and then upload and go to bed. So tomorrow we will be tearing down the fair. I hope to do that in 3 hours, as I have a class scheduled for 10:30. I can cancel it if I need to, but I would prefer not to. We didn't do the money stuff yet. Technically we don't need to have done it yet, so we're gonna do that tomorrow. Yeah, and then my husband isn't going into the office, so I'm not going to have free time to myself like I like at the end of a work day. So I don't know how much, if any, crafting I'll be able to get done, but we'll see. After tomorrow, he goes back to his job, and I get my free time in the afternoons again. So, yeah, that is what it is. I am going to send these videos over to my iPad now, get them all edited together, and then go to bed. Yeah. I haven't even been up for 12 hours yet, so that's why I'm not fully tired, but if I don't get some sleep, I'm gonna regret it tomorrow, because I have to be up in 6 hours, so yeah. I'll probably get about 5 hours tonight, so it is what it is. I'll talk to you all later, and I hope that you had a fantastic weekend. Bye.